let's say it's someone they care about. Let's say that they have a child or a partner, and it's that person's like, it's something, an important day for that person. They might be in themselves like, all right, I gotta have the balloons, I have to have this, I have to have that ready, I need to call this and this and this. Like their energy is very like on go. So it's very like, you're not gonna catch them off too much. You're not gonna catch them slipping too much. And even if you do catch them slipping, they already knew they were slipping and they're already about to get right back up, and that won't happen again. So, you know, they're not gonna let themselves slip like that. You know what I mean? And that's why if people come around them with some slippery, chaotic energy, they're gonna push you out of their life. They're gonna tell you to get the fuck away from them because you're fucking up shit. You're a liability. They can't trust you. They can't operate like that. So a Mars and Capricorn will isolate themselves to gain control and gain that wall around them so that they can work like they want and they can do what they want and they can push out everyone and everything else that's in the way. So a Mars and Capricorn is somebody who is gonna bulldoze shit that's in their way. And this is why they have so much pride. And this is why Mars and Capricorn, a lot of them will feel like, you don't know what I have overcome. You don't know what I have been through. You don't know what I've conquered. You know what I mean? And let's not forget, Capricorn is Saturn. You think in tarot, the devil, or Saturn itself is devil energy. You know what I mean? And it's like a Mars and Capricorn has battled demons. They have battled their demons. They have battled darkness. They have gone through a lot of dark things and they have faced darkness. So that's why you cannot like sleep on them and you cannot shit on them, because they will let you know really, really quick that like they will boss up really strong on you and let you know that you ain't gonna do that to them. Like you don't know what they've been through and you're never gonna take them out of that. Like it's very like Capricorn culture, Capricorn energy is very, very like, they care about their story. Because Saturn rules time. You know what I mean? Just like how a Cancer will care about the past and they'll be so in the story. You know what I mean? A Capricorn is like that, but for what they earned. A Capricorn won't forget nothing of that they went through. They remember everything they've been through. They remember every challenge that they've been through, and they are very well aware of where they are on their journey. They're very well aware of the timeline they're in. So that's why you can't make a Capricorn move unless they want to move. You can't push them. You can't make them budge. You can't make them anything that they're not. They're going to be who they are, and they're going to stay in it, and they're going to show you that you have no power over them because they have the ultimate power over themselves. A Mars and Capricorn person is somebody who has authority over themselves. You know, they answer to themselves. They feel like they are the one in control of their power. They feel like they're the one who they need to answer to themselves, and they need to meet their own standards and meet their own expectations, and they feel very personally responsible for themselves. They feel very responsible for whatever they manifest, and they're very self-aware of that. So, you know, it's like, it's not that they're all about business. Like you could, depending on your whole chart, you could be a fun ass person. You know what I mean? You could be a fun, cool person, but when it comes to the things that you need to do, what you need to do, a Mars and Capricorn is going to shift into a zone and is going to be an unstoppable force, and they're not going to stop until they finish. So if you're a crazy ass fun person with a Mars and Capricorn, you might drink the bottle until it's empty. You know what I mean? You might spend all the cash in your fucking hand until you have not $1 left, but you're going to do it to the most until it's done. And that is Mars and Capricorn. You know, I think that a lot of people have a misconception of Capricorn being like dry and being like, you know, maybe kind of cold and all business, no fun. That's not true. Y'all have not met enough Capricorns, because a Capricorn can be chaotic. A Capricorn can literally show you another side of themselves, and you'll be like, oh my God, you won't see it coming. You won't see it coming. And that's what they have in common with Scorpio. But it's like, you won't see it coming. You will think that they're a certain way, and then you see them in another light or in another environment, and it's a whole different person. So a Capricorn is very much so like it's funny because they have this powerful presence, but at the same time, they're very chameleon-like. So maybe that's because the third house of Capricorn is Pisces. So they move and think like that, the natural shape shift. But I feel like a Mars in Capricorn, because it's exalted there, I'm going to let you know right now, as a Mars and Capricorn person, you're going to feel like you're not shit unless you're really working on something and doing something for yourself. If you don't have something that you're investing your energy in or your power in, you're going to feel like something's off in your life. You're going to feel like you're not doing something. So a Mars and Capricorn is not just trying to chill. You know what I mean? Even if they're just chilling, they're deep in thought. They're deep in their soul, deep in thought. They're not just chilling there. They're not the type of people to just sit around and just, you know, that's not them. That's not them. There's too much to do. There's too much going on for them to just wait around. So they can be very impatient. It's funny because they're so patient, but there's a thin line because they're also very impatient. And a Capricorn wants things to go the way they want it to go. So a Mars and Capricorn is, you know, they're very controlling. You know, I feel like they can be very controlling in the way of that they don't want anything to disrupt what they're trying to do. And I don't know why, but I feel like if you're a Mars and Capricorn, you should maybe watch my Capricorn rising video, even if you're not a Cap rising, because in my rising videos, I talked about the ninth house for each of them. And I talked about how, like, for Capricorn, they need to learn from their ninth house Virgo, how to be more adaptable and changeable, and how they need to learn how to learn from other people, learn from other things, and not be so tunnel visioned and not so like that, because it blocks them from growth. So that may help y'all, or I kind of summarized it, but if you have time and want to watch that, you should. But you know, Capricorn can be so tunnel vision, and then it's like a Capricorn can work so hard on something, and then they will literally just knock out. They will go to sleep. They will be dead inside. They will be dead. Like, their energy is gone because they literally put it all into this. So a Capricorn is more than willing to completely commit to something, but it needs to be for something. It needs to have a reason, a purpose. It needs to, you know, have value. It needs to mean something, because if it doesn't, then trust me, they don't give a fuck about it. A Mars and Capricorn is not going to put their energy into anything that's like, is not giving them some sort of like validation back in themselves or something back in themselves. And this is why people think Capricorn is so selfish. But it's like, It's the oldest earth sign. It knows. It has wisdom. It understands the cycles of life. Like a Capricorn is wiser than they act. A Capricorn is wiser than you think. A Capricorn understands things. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's not that they're just so selfish and they just care about their status and their money and whatever they want to do. There's a lot of things that they care about along with all of that. But at the core of who they are, it's about responsibility. It's about dignity. It's about integrity. And it's about that. It's about that if they have if they set their mind to do something, they're gonna do it. There's nothing to it but to do it. It's about that if they want to go do something, they're gonna tell themselves that it needs to get done. And it's about completion. It's about, you know, like your actual commitment to something. So a lot of people can't understand that. A lot of people are lazy as fuck. A lot of people in this world don't commit to shit. A lot of people in this world are not like that. You know what I mean? They're not that driven. They go along. They you know what I mean? Where Capricorn will never go along like that. A Capricorn is not gonna go along like that. A Mars and Capricorn person, are you kidding me? They're not gonna let just a path unfold before them and they're just gonna go along. They're not gonna do that shit. If there is a path in front of them, let me tell you this. A Mars and Capricorn, no matter what path they got into in this life, let's say they got into a life and their life was fucked up, their environment was fucked up, the Mars and Capricorn is gonna be like, okay, I have to destroy this, I have to destroy this, I have to rebuild this, I have to get past this, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of this. So a Capricorn is gonna take on whatever is in front of them, and they're gonna take it on, and they're gonna feel like, all right, it's my duty now to conquer. It's my duty now to see it all the way through, and nothing is gonna stop me unless I let it. Like